Did Malik Monk just save our season? Guess we'll find out Monday. Kind of messed up that we just had one of the biggest wins of the season last night, but every Kings fan is holding their breath to see if the Kings show up at home against a below 500 team. But, that's been our season. Real quick, just want to preface, I am a little sick, and I am also recording on my phone. So if I sound a little weird or say something weird or stutter or something like that, you don't have to ignore it. You can laugh if you want, but if you do laugh, maybe drop a like or a comment or subscribe, something like that to help me out a little bit, make me feel better while I'm feeling not so great. Anywho, moving along. Oh, I should also add, I'm doing this all in one take, so I'm not cutting any of this out. So you just have to bear with me here. Anyway, I'm really hoping this is a turning point in the season. The players had their players only meeting. I'm sure a lot of you saw or heard about that, but in case you didn't, basically the players got together after the loss in Denver and said, hey, we gotta lock in. Take this shit serious. It's on us if we want to be a great team. And that's pretty much the gist of the conversation. There's some pretty cool quotes that came out of last night's post-game presser, players talking about that meeting. So definitely check that out if you haven't already. It seems like maybe we've turned a corner. They hold a players-only meeting and then come out with some of the best effort on both sides of the floor that we've seen all year. And that was without Fox. And even when we lost Sabonis in overtime, the Kings didn't back down at all. Hats off to Malik Monk. 39, 4, and 4, just straight buckets in the second half. But, you also got to give credit to really the entire supporting cast. Keon Ellis had 4 steals. Davion had some big buckets. I think he had at least 15. I know that. He might have had 16, 17. Herter and Lyles didn't have a great offensive night, but what they did on the boards and on defense really helped this team a lot. Barnes had a solid game. I also thought the few minutes that Alex Len saw were pretty good too. I don't know why he doesn't get a little more run time, because funny enough, he actually leads the team in net rating, by a mile. Obviously, it's in limited time. Maybe give him a little more time and see what happens, But point is, the Kings played a hell of a game without their best player. And I saw stuff on Twitter last night and this morning too. And these are Timberwolves fans talking, saying oh, y'all are lucky we didn't have Ant tonight. It's a different game if Ant plays. We didn't have our best player. Well, you had him for half the game, which is 2 quarters longer than we had our best player for. Anthony Edwards left the game at halftime for the birth of his son. And in his absence, Malik Monk dropped 35 points. Let this be a lesson to all about the dangers of premarital sex. Thank you. Good night. But no, that's actually one of the craziest things I've ever seen. Not the Anthony Edwards stuff. Congrats to him and his family, by the way. But no, what I'm talking about is how Monk had 4 points in the first half. And then in the third quarter, I forget at what point. But, I think Gobert scored. Monk was complaining about something. Gobert, bumps into him as he's running back. And Monk just said, all right, bet. And proceeded to score 35 points, lead his team to a huge overtime win on the road. Shout out Malik Monk. Malik means king in Arabic, by the way. I'm sure you've only heard that about 55 times so far. But, yeah, that was some real king shit right there. Hopefully we can keep the good vibes rolling, get some wins at home, starting with the Bulls on Monday. Yeah, I think that's about it. I'm just really hoping this is the start of something great, Maybe we can go on a little run here. I'm skeptical because the Kings have trained me to be, but if we can start stacking some wins, you best believe I'll be sucked right back in. Pretty soon you'll be hearing me talk about Western Conference Finals and all that good stuff. That's enough, though. I don't need to be going down that road too soon. We still have, 22 games left, 23 maybe. But what a win last night. Can't overstate that enough. And let's get healthy and see what we can do these last quarter of the year. Go Kings and like the beam.